Player in spoon is P7. Best lap is a 2:22.760. Randy Zimmer 1 is P4. Val Di Pietro is first on softs. Player in S-curve is 7th. Philip.J. Oliveira in Dunlop is 6th. Randy Zimmer 1 in Dunlop is 4th. Philip.J. Oliveira in Hairpin is 7th. Kitamai is P10. Philip.J. Oliveira is P7 on softs. Kitamai in first and second curves is P10. Player is 8th. Val Di Pietro in first and second curves is first. Best lap is a 2:05.105. Randy Zimmer 1 is 5th. Kitami is 10th. Philip.J. Oliveira in 200R is 7th. Traditional Taz Arti in Gyakubank is P3. Kitami is 10th. Sim Jim 2020 in 200R is 6th. Player is P8. Kitami in Gyakubank is 10th. Best lap is a 12:32.118. Randy Zimmer 1 in last curve is 5th. Philip.J. Oliveira is 7th. Player is P8. Valdipietro is P1. Best lap is a 2:04.391. Philip.J. Oliveira in Degner is P8. Randy Zimmer 1 in 130R is P6. The qualification session is at Suzuka INTL Racing Course in Mie Prefecture, Japan. Philip.J. Oliveira is first. Valdipietro from Canada is third. Philip.J. Oliveira in Degner is first. Mitch Morin from Canada in S-Curve is sixth. Sim Jim 2020 from Canada is 8th. Player is P4. Philip.J. Oliveira in Main Straight is first. Valdipietro in Main Straight is second. Mitch Morin is P6. Michael Pusick from Canada in S-Curve is 5th. MRZ is 9th. Philip.J. Oliveira in Spoon is P1 up 27.75. Philip.J. Oliveira is up 27.22 in Casio Triangle. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Valdipietro is provisional pole with a 2:05.713. Philip.J. Oliveira improved his second with a 2:17.166. 11.453 off pole. Traditional Taz Artie in first and second curves is second up 0.11. Michael Pusick is provisional pole with a 2:04.252. Traditional Taz Artie is up 0.20 in Dunlop. Traditional Taz Artie is up 0.03 in hairpin. Traditional Taz Artie is up 8.13 in West Straight. Traditional Taz Artie is provisional pole with a 2:03.320. MRZ is P7 up 24.13. MRZ is up 24.75 in Spoon. Player is 6th up 0.12. Player is up 0.22 in Gyaku Bank. MRZ in last curve is P8. MRZ improved his 8th with a 250.551. 47.231 off pole. Randy Zimmer 1 is P7 up 2.72 on softs. Player in hairpin is P6 up 0.62. Randy Zimmer 1 is 7th up 1.79. Randy Zimmer 1 is up 1.45 in West Straight. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Randy Zimmer 1 improved is 5th with a 2:16.077, 12.757 off pole. Randy Zimmer 1 is up 0.02 in first and second curves. Mitch Morin is 4th. Mitch Morin improved is P4 with a 2:09.045, 5.725 off pole. Philip.J. Oliveira in last curve is P6. Philip.J. Oliveira improved is 5th with a 2:09.833, 6.513 off pole. MRZ in 130R is 8th up 13.32. MRZ improved is 9th with a 2:27.740, 24.420 off pole. MRZ is up 0.47 in first and second curves. Randy Zimmer 1 is P6. Randy Zimmer 1 is up 2.30 in spoon. Randy Zimmer 1 is up 2.00 in 130R. Randy Zimmer 1 improved is 6th with a 2:14.050, 10.730 off pole. Randy Zimmer 1 is up 0.56 in first and second curves. MRZ is P9. MRZ is up 9.15 in spoon. MRZ is up 9.98 in 130R. MRZ improved is 8th with a 2:18.638, 15.318 off pole. Randy Zimmer 1 in 200R is 6th up 0.94. Val Di Pietro is provisional pole with a 2:02.936. Randy Zimmer 1 is up 0.99 in West Straight. Randy Zimmer 1 improved is 6th with a 2:13.426, 10.490 off pole. Player is 7th. Player improved is P7 with a 2:16.141, 13.205 off pole. Val Di Pietro is first up 0.27. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Michael Pusick in 200R is P3 up 0.29. Michael Pusick is up 0.33 in West Straight. Michael Pusick is up 0.08 in first and second curves. Mitch Morin from Canada is P4. Best lap is a 2:09.045. 6.109 off pole. Sim Jim 2020 is P9. Sim Jim 2020 is up 0.85 in Gyakubank. Sim Jim 2020 is up 0.68 in hairpin. Sim Jim 2020 is up 0.79 in spoon. Sim Jim 2020 is up 1.11 in 130R. Sim Jim 2020 improved his P9 with a 218.269. 15.333 off pole. Sim Jim 2020 is up 0.03 in first and second curves. Player is 8th. Player is up 0.02 in 130R. Sim Jim 2020 in S curve is 9th up 0.36. Best lap is a 218.269. 15.333 off pole. Sim Jim 2020 is up 0.75 in Degner. Philip.J. Oliveira in Main Straight is P6. Best lap is a 2:09.833. 6.897 off pole. The qualifying session is now in overtime. The race session is at Suzuka INTL Racing Course in Mie Prefecture, Japan. Val di Pietro from Canada is first on softs. Traditional Taz Arty is second on softs. Michael Pusick from Canada is third on mediums. Kitamai from Japan is fourth on softs. Mitch Morin from Canada is fifth on softs. Philip.J. Oliveira is sixth on softs. Randy Zimmer 1 is P7 on softs. Player is P8 on mediums. Sim Jim 2020 from Canada is 9th on softs. MRZ is P10 on softs. Val di Pietro is P1. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Kitamai is P4. Kitamai passed Michael Pusick for P3. Michael Pusick in first and second curves is P4. Mitch Morin in S curve is P6. Sim Jim 2020 in Dunlop is 10th. Player is 10th. Mitch Morin is 5th. Player is 9th. Player passed Sim Jim 2020 for P8. Sim Jim 2020 is 9th. Randy Zimmer 1 in Casio Triangle is P6, 0.5 behind Mitch Morin. MRZ in last curve is P9, 0.3 behind Sim Jim 2020. MRZ passed Sim Jim 2020 for P8. Traditional Taz RD in Dunlop is P2, 1.1 behind Val di Pietro. Randy Zimmer 1 is P6, 1.0 behind Mitch Morin. Randy Zimmer 1 is now 5th. Traditional Taz RD in Spoon is 2nd, 1.7 behind Val di Pietro. Randy Zimmer 1 in West Straight is P5, 2.1 behind Mitch Morin. Michael Pusick is P3, 2.3 behind Traditional Taz RD. Mitch Morin in 1st and 2nd curves is 4th, 0.5 behind Michael Pusick. Mitch Morin was 1.9 faster last lap. MRZ in Main Straight is 8th, 0.5 behind Player. 15 minutes remaining in the session. MRZ passed Player for P7. Player is P8, 0.5 behind MRZ. Traditional Taz RD is P2, 0.5 behind Val di Pietro. Val di Pietro was 5.6 faster last lap. Sim Jim 2020 is 9th. Best lap is a 2:18.711. 12.670 off the fastest lap. Sim Jim 2020 passed Player for 8th. Traditional Taz RD is P2, 0.9 behind Val di Pietro. Val di Pietro is 2nd battling Traditional Taz RD. Val di Pietro lost 5th to Philip J. Oliveira. Traditional Taz RD in Gyaku Bank on lap 4 is P1. Val di Pietro exiting pits on softs. Mitch Morin on lap 4 is P3, 2.3 behind Michael Pusick. Philip.J. Oliveira is P5, 2.7 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Philip.J. Oliveira was 3.3 faster last lap. Player in Degner on lap 4 is P9, 3.0 behind SimGym 2020. Philip.J. Oliveira in 130R is P5, 0.5 behind Randy Zimmer 1. MRZ in Spoon is P8 on softs, 0.3 behind SimGym 2020. Player in West Straight is 9th, 0.5 behind MRZ. MRZ is P8, 0.5 behind SimGym 2020. Philip.J. Oliveira in Degner on lap 5 is 5th, 1.3 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Ten minutes remaining in the session. MRZ in Dunlop is P8, 1.2 behind SimGym 2020. Valdipietro is 6th on softs, 1.0 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Valdipietro passed Philip.J. Oliveira for 5th. Randy Zimmer 1 in last curve on lap 5 is P4, 0.1 behind Michael Pusick. Randy Zimmer 1 passed Michael Pusick for P3. Randy Zimmer 1 lost 3rd to Michael Pusick. Michael Pusick is 3rd, 0.5 ahead of Randy Zimmer 1. Philip.J. Oliveira in Dunlop on lap 6 is 5th, 1.2 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Mitch Morin exiting pits on softs. Mitch Morin in S-curve is P8, 0.9 behind player. Philip.J. Oliveira is P5, 0.5 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Mitch Morin in Degner is P8, 0.3 behind player. Player was 1.4 faster last lap. Randy Zimmer 1 is P5, 0.4 behind Philip J. Oliveira. Mitch Morin in Spoon is P8, 0.5 behind player. MRZ in West Straight is P9, 0.5 behind Mitch Morin. MRZ passed Mitch Morin for P8. Mitch Morin in last curve is 9th, 0.3 behind MRZ. Mitch Morin passed MRZ for P8. Randy Zimmer 1 in hairpin is 5th, 2.1 behind Philip J. Oliveira. Philip J. Oliveira is 4th, 1.8 behind Michael Pusick. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Mitch Morin in hairpin is P8. Best lap is a 2:08.921. 7.642 off the fastest lap. Mitch Morin passed player for 7th. Philip J. Oliveira is 4th, 2.5 behind Michael Pusick. Mitch Morin is P7 on softs, 0.4 behind Sim Gym 2020. Philip J. Oliveira is P4, 0.8 behind Michael Pusick. Mitch Morin in S-curve on lap 8 is P7, 1.5 behind Sim Gym 2020. Philip J. Oliveira in 130R is P4, 0.9 behind Michael Pusick. Philip J. Oliveira passed Michael Pusick for 3rd. Sim Gym 2020 in hairpin is 7th, 2.1 behind Mitch Morin. Player is 8th, 0.5 behind SimGym 2020. Michael Pusick in Degner is P4, 1.0 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. MRZ is 9th. Michael Pusick in Spoon is 4th, 0.4 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Valdipietro in first and second curves is P2. Michael Pusick in main straight is P4 on mediums, 0.1 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. SimGym 2020 is P7, 4.5 behind Mitch Morin. Michael Pusick in Dunlop is P4 on mediums, 0.3 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Michael Pusick was 2.0 faster last lap. The leader has just finished the race. Traditional Taz already finished first. Player finished P8. Valdipietro finished second. MRZ is P9. Michael Pusick finished third. MRZ finished ninth. Philip.J. Oliveira finished fourth. Randy Zimmer 1 finished P5. Mitch Morin is P6. Mitch Morin finished 6th. Sim Jim 2020 finished P7. The race session is at Suzuka INTL Racing Course in Mie Prefecture, Japan. MRZ is first on softs. Player is second on mediums. Sim Jim 2020 from Canada is P3 on softs. Mitch Morin from Canada is 4th on softs. Randy Zimmer 1 is P5 on softs. Philip.J. Oliveira is P6 on softs. Michael Pusick from Canada is 7th on softs. Val Di Pietro from Canada is 8th on softs. Traditional Taz Artie is 9th on softs. MRZ is first. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Val Di Pietro is 8th. Val Di Pietro is now P6. Val Di Pietro is now P3. Mitch Morin in first and second curves is third. Mitch Morin is now third. Randy Zimmer 1 in S curve is P6. Michael Pusick in Dunlop is 7th. Michael Pusick passed Randy Zimmer 1 for 6th. Sim Jim 2020 in Degner is P8. Sim Jim 2020 is now P6. Traditional Taz Artie is second. Philip.J. Oliveira is P6. Philip.J. Oliveira passed player for 5th. Traditional Taz Arty in West Straight is P2. Traditional Taz Arty passed Val Di Pietro for 1st. MRZ in Casio Triangle is 7th, 0.5 behind player. MRZ passed player for P6. MRZ is now P7. Sim Gym 2020 in Main Straight is 7th battling MRZ. Sim Gym 2020 lost P7 to Mitch Morin. MRZ in 1st and 2nd curves is P7, 0.2 behind Mitch Morin. MRZ lost P7 to Sim Gym 2020. MRZ lost P8 to player. Val Di Pietro is 2nd, 0.9 behind Traditional Taz Arty. Sim Gym 2020 is P7, 0.5 behind Mitch Morin. Sim Gym 2020 passed Mitch Morin for P6. Philip.J. Oliveira in Spoon is P5, 0.3 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Val Di Pietro on lap 2 is P2, 0.2 behind Traditional Taz Arty. Val Di Pietro passed Traditional Taz Arty for P1. Mitch Morin is P9, 0.5 behind MRZ. Mitch Morin passed MRZ for 8th. MRZ in Casio Triangle is 9th, 1.0 behind Mitch Morin. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Mitch Morin in Main Straight is 8th, 0.3 behind player. Mitch Morin passed player for P7. Player in S curve is P8, 1.8 behind Mitch Morin. MRZ in Degner is P9, 0.7 behind player. Philip.J. Oliveira is P5 on softs, 0.5 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Philip.J. Oliveira passed Randy Zimmer 1 for P4. Randy Zimmer 1 in 130R is P5, 0.1 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. SimGym 2020 is P9, 1.7 behind player. Randy Zimmer 1 in S-curve is P5, 2.2 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. SimGym 2020 in first and second curves is 9th, 0.5 behind player. Traditional Taz RD is second. Best lap is a 2:04.665. 2.718 off the fastest lap. Player in Degner is 9th, 0.3 behind SimGym 2020. Player was 6.8 faster last lap. Player passed SimGym 2020 for P8. Traditional Taz RD in first and second curves is second, 2.4 behind Val di Pietro. MRZ in West Straight is 7th on softs, 0.5 behind Mitch Morin. Mitch Morin in Casio Triangle is 7th. Mitch Morin passed MRZ for P6. Mitch Morin lost 6th to MRZ. Traditional Taz RD in Hairpin is P2, 4.5 behind Val di Pietro. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Mitch Morin is 7th. Best lap is a 2:09.302. 7.355 off the fastest lap. MRZ in Degner is 7th battling Mitch Morin. Player is P8, 0.5 behind MRZ. Player passed MRZ for P7. MRZ in 200R is P8, 0.5 behind player. MRZ lost 8th to SimGym 2020. Player in last curve is P7. Sim Gym 2020 in first and second curves is 8th on softs, 1.5 behind player. Sim Gym 2020 was 3.2 faster last lap. Randy Zimmer 1 is P5 on softs, 4.3 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Sim Gym 2020 is 8th, 0.5 behind player. Randy Zimmer 1 in first and second curves on lap 7 is 5th, 4.6 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Michael Pusick is 3rd. Valdipietro is first on softs. Traditional Tazardi in Casio Triangle is second. Five minutes remaining in the session. Randy Zimmer 1 in West Straight is P5, 2.3 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Valdipietro in Degner is P1. Randy Zimmer 1 in S-curve is P5, 2.1 behind Philip.J. Oliveira. Traditional Tazardi is second. Randy Zimmer 1 is 5th. Best lap is a 2:10.138. 8.191 off the fastest lap. Randy Zimmer 1 passed Michael Pusick for P4. Michael Pusick in 200R is 5th. 0.5 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Randy Zimmer 1 in West Straight is 5th battling Michael Pusick. Michael Pusick in Casio Triangle is 5th battling Randy Zimmer 1. Randy Zimmer 1 was 5.2 faster last lap. MRZ in S-curve is 9th. Sim Jim 2020 in Spoon is P8, 2.4 behind player. MRZ is 9th battling Sim Jim 2020. Sim Jim 2020 in last curve is 8th, 1.2 behind player. Player in first and second curves is 8th battling Sim Jim 2020. Sim Jim 2020 was 6.9 faster last lap. Michael Pusick on lap 9 is P5, 2.7 behind Randy Zimmer 1. Randy Zimmer 1 is 5th battling Michael Pusick. Mitch Morin is P6 battling Randy Zimmer 1. Randy Zimmer 1 is 5th on softs battling Mitch Morin. Player in Spoon is P7, 2.3 ahead of Sim Jim 2020. The leader has just finished the race. Valdipietro finished P1. Traditional Tazardi finished second. Player finished P6. Sim Jim 2020 finished 7th. Philip.J. Olivero finished 3rd. Michael Pusick finished P4. Mitch Morin finished 5th.